whisper become a scream. You can laugh or you can cry. Explanations won't dry your eye. 'Cause everybody has a fortune that is told and then revealed. Sometimes living like an orphan will show you how to feel. Now I feel my life is sifting away. All the things my eyes notice that my heart can't explain. I cherish the good times and I suffer through pain. Yeah, but I'll be dancing in the morning rain. You and I will be dancing in the morning rain. Now I feel my life is sifting away. All the things my eyes notice that my heart can't explain. I cherish the good times and I suffer through pain. Yeah, but I'll be dancing in the morning rain. You and I will be dancing in the morning rain.
Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Good morning, guys. What's going on? Top of the morning to you. Rainy ass day here in Pittsburgh. Hence the morning rain song. Wednesday, May 27th. Holy shit. It's going to be 4th of July before we know it. Let me get some background music. So this is going to be the first of many early morning live streams. I think 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I'll be here at 7 a.m. every morning to bring some news stories and just have a look around and see what's going on. The drama streams are going to be in the afternoon. I mean, we could still talk our shit, whatever we're up to, but, you know, who's here with us? Headstones was the first one here. What's going on, dude? Let me get some background music going here. Sorry for the rain noises. I've got my window open here. It's really nice out. It's just rainy. I mean, the temperature's great. It's like 68. Let's see here. What are you guys up to? Did everybody sleep last night? I slept like shit. I went to bed early, but I just kept tossing and turning. All right, let's look at chat. Who's here? Who's with us? Headstones was the first one here. What's up, Headstones? Let me get this in order. Deb Mundorf, good to see you again, my dear. Diesel's mom. TLC is me. Headstone says, morning, I'll be listening, getting ready for work. Marie, a.k.a. Purple Freak. Top of the morning to you, Queen Moomin. Pleasure to see you. Michelle 420, TLC is me. And Rod, what's up, dude? What's going on, guys? Day number 2 here on YouTube without Crack Turner around. And you can already tell, like, the YouTube is less smoky. There's, you know, less loud noises. You could get used to this piece. It's like having a loud neighbor that's always in trouble and they went to jail and now it's just real quiet in the morning. It's quite pleasant. 60, Headstone says 61 here, going to be in the 80s. Ouch. Good morning, Oki. So there's just a couple of stories that happened overnight, I think, or in the last couple of days that are worth mentioning. Obviously, I'm not your typical morning news anchor. But I figure it's a good way to start the day. Just have a look around and see what's going on in the world. A couple of interesting things. I think the craziest story that happened overnight was in Washington. Let's see here. A tragic industrial accident occurred at a packaging plant in Washington State, where an implosion has left one person dead and at least 9 injured. Emergency response and recovery efforts are still ongoing. So I'll give you the details about this, and then I'll play you a quick video. And this occurred yesterday. I just learned of it last night. At approximately 7:15 a.m. on Tuesday, May 26th, that's yesterday, a massive chemical tank imploded at the Nippon Dynawave Packaging Company facility, a pulp and paper mill. The implosion, that sounds terrifying. That sounds scarier than explosion. Let's see. The implosion caused the tank to collapse, triggering a major hazardous materials emergency. As we know, this a similar situation has been happening over there in Orange County, California. So I don't know if it's the change in weather that's causing these tanks to fail, but man, it says the facility is located in Longview, Washington, an industrial city situated along the Columbia River in the southern Washington border with Oregon. At least one person confirmed dead, still 9 workers missing. So if you're the praying type, maybe send some of it that way. 9 workers currently remain unaccounted for, and recovery operations are ongoing. 10 people were injured, 9 facility workers and 1 firefighter. Victims suffered severe chemical burns and inhalation injuries, ranging from minor to critical. The ruptured tank held approximately 900,000 gallons of quote-unquote white liquor, a highly corrosive alkaline chemical solution consisting mainly of sodium hydroxide and sodium sulfide. It is used in the paper-making process to break down wood chips into pulp. Following the rupture, the chemicals spilled into the nearby drainage ditch, prompting a response of state ecology officials. Recovery operations are underway as of Tuesday morning and still happening today. I do have an article to show you, or a video to show you about this as well. As of yesterday morning, the damaged tank remained highly unstable, creating hazardous conditions for emergency personnel. And this so closely mimics what occurred, or what potentially could occur in Orange County. We'll look at that case as well, or that story. Officials temporarily paused recovery efforts overnight to focus on stabilizing the 90,000 gallons of materials still trapped inside the compromised tank. Authorities have stated that while the area around the plant, Industrial Way, remains closed, there is no immediate threat to... So the officials say there's no immediate threat. Right. They said the same exact shit whenever the train crashed in Ohio, right? And now people were being born with 3 eyeballs. The exact cause of the implosion is currently unknown and remains under investigation. So I do have the press conference. I haven't had a chance to look at it myself, but I will pull that up for you, and we'll have a quick look. Well, thank you so much, Queen Movement, gifted a membership. And look at that, Rod got it. My man. That's awesome. All right, so there's that. I do realize this is different to my normal content. If it's not to your liking, maybe come back for the drama stream this afternoon. That's not the one I wanted. Let's see here. Let me see. There it is. Okay. And let me just look and see. This was the initial press conference here. Fingers crossed that they have their mic situation sorted out. There's nothing worse than a press conference with crappy microphones, man. I swear, if you were savvy enough, you could start a business just to run press conferences, be like the tech guy for these big city press conferences, because half of the time most of the time you can hear what the officials at the podium are saying, but you can almost never hear what the damn people in the press are asking. It's the most obnoxious thing. What they should do is have better media training, so whenever they're asked a question at the podium, they repeat the question and then offer an answer. A lot of times they don't repeat the question and you can't hear the question, and it's just like, what the fuck? What is happening here? Who did I miss? Tracy Jackson, 8320, welcome in. Tennis Ball Teme, good morning. And thanks again, Queen Moon. And look at that, Rod's a member again. KCG, top of the morning to you. Let's see here. Just let me quickly get through chat and then we'll get this video going here. All right, let's do it.
Excuse me. I'm just gonna.
Bear with me while I just skip ahead until it looks like they're going. This is it's an 11-minute press conference.
Okay, are we ready? All right, this is a stand-up press conference. My name is Mike Gorsuch, Battalion Chief of the City of Longview Fire. Good afternoon. I wrote this down, or we wrote this down through our PIO so that I got it correctly, got all the names right. We're here to provide an update regarding this morning's industrial incidents at Nippon Dynawave Packaging, located on Industrial Way in Longview. At approximately 7:15, emergency responders were dispatched to the following rupture of a tank containing white liquor at the facility. Multiple agencies from across the region responded immediately and continued to operate on scene. The incident is stable, but is in a recovery phase. Recovery efforts remain underway at the facility. Hazardous materials personnel and fire crews continue working closely with the facility staff to secure the area and to support the ongoing operations. At this time, officials have identified no immediate threat to the surrounding community, and we're still asking the public to avoid the area while we're still in the recovery phase. There were multiple critical injuries, and patients were transported to hospitals in Longview and throughout the Vancouver-Portland area. We can also confirm there were fatalities related to the incident. We are not confirming or giving the information on their names until their families have been notified. At this time, there are also individuals who remain unaccounted for as crews recover and continue the recovery and accountability operations. One firefighter was also injured during the response, and he has since been treated and released at our Longview Hospital. No identifying information will be released until all the family notifications have been completed, like I said. This is a unified response. Has been coordinated through the City of Longview Fire Department, Cowlitz 2 Fire and Rescue, the Cowlitz County Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office, Regional Hazardous Materials Teams, and Medics Ambulance. Nippon Dynawave personnel remain on scene and have been instrumental in our partner agencies. So this is a tragic incident for our community. Our thoughts remain with the victims, their families, the co-workers, and everyone who has been impacted by it. Additional information will be released as it becomes verified and available. At this time, I'd like to give the rest of this to Fire Chief Scott Goldstein from Cowlitz 2 Fire and Rescue.
The Nippon Dynawave site, as well as the other industrial areas here along the Columbia River, are an industrial response area, which is done in partnership with Longview Fire and Cowlitz 2 Fire Rescue. Our units responded jointly this morning and assisted with the fire suppression activities, hazardous materials, emergency medical response, and the scene coordination. As Battalion Chief Gorsuch identified, this is white liquor. It is a chemical mixture of sodium hydroxide, sodium sulfide, and disodium carbonate that is used in the paper making process. The incident of this scale requires strong coordination between the agencies and the county, as that's what remains ongoing. As we identified, the scene remains stable. Crews from our agencies have looked at the hazardous materials component as well as the structural concerns. That is why we are saying the incident is now stable. The family support process has been coordinated through the AWPPW union officials and Nippon Dynawave. We ask that everyone respect the privacy of the families during this difficult time. Incident operations remain on site, and we anticipate that to take for several hours and maybe through the overnight period. Our next planned communication update will be 7 p.m. this evening. I will take questions at this time.
How many injuries and how many fatalities?
Unknown number of fatalities at this moment. As we said, we have confirmed that there are fatalities, but the exact number is undetermined. Injuries. 10 personnel were transported from the site. As Chief Gorsuch identified, one of those was a firefighter, so that was 9 personnel on site, plus 1 firefighter transported.
Can you tell us the extent of those injuries? How badly?
Wide range of injuries.
More life-threatening as well?
From critical, severe to minor.
Were all those injured and who died workers at the plant?
No, as we identified, one firefighter injured. The other 9 were members of the facility.
And those who died?
As I said, we're not identifying any information pertaining to that.
You've said recovery effort. Does that suggest that you're still looking for victims and fatalities at the scene?
We have looked through the site and are looking at assisting the pond staff as well as state agencies in the next documentation process.
I know you said people are still missing. Do you have a ballpark idea of how many may be missing?
We have information on that, but we're not releasing that information in conjunction with the Cowles County Sheriff's Office, as they are operating this as the lead law enforcement agency.
Can you explain more, like, what was the cause of the incident with the white liquor?
Unknown at this time. We're dealing with life safety concerns and incident stabilization at this point. That will come in the hours and days to come.
What would you say to people who are concerned about the chemicals involved in this, who maybe live nearby, who are worried about this and living so close in the air?
Thanks everyone for being here this morning. Just gonna cover some news stories. Hopefully wrap it up with some good news. As you can see, there's an image of the implosion of the tank breach there. It looks, I mean, it's hard to get a scale with it. It looks like a giant stinking tank. It looks like a scene from RoboCop. Let's see here. Good morning. Hey, Jude. Uni's in the house. Uni, I've been enjoying your stuff. I was going to reference a couple of your videos with my afternoon live stream, if that's okay with you. Hope you and your pops are doing okay. Good morning. Hey, Jude.
So the industrial sites here along the Columbia River are very well established and have great safety protocols. The concern is understood, but is one that we said from the very beginning was not a concern to the neighbors in the community around.
Has your department responded to other fires or chemical incidents at the facility?
So I'm going to take 2 more questions and then see if you have anything for the sheriff's office, and then we'll go others. Yes.
Just for those of you just coming in, this is a news story happening out of Longview, Washington. It's an industrial complex situated along the Columbia River on the southern border of Oregon.
The Pond Dynaway, as well as the other chemical or other industrial facilities here, are agencies that we train with extensively, train with routinely, and respond to medical emergencies, fire emergencies, and situations there. Do not have any specific numbers.
How big is the tank and what was the volume of this spill?
The initial information is it was roughly an 80,000 gallon tank that was roughly 60% full.
Do you have
Okay.
information of
2 more.
how many people?
That's already, I mean, not that it's of any great significance, but all the other articles say 90,000 pounds of this liquid. I guess, I mean, what's 20, 30,000 pounds, right? KCG says, thank you for the best descriptions. I miss a lot with my disability, but you make it easier to follow. I appreciate that. So I could just describe the image. It looks like an old industrial mill, and a large round tank collapsed on the ground, fallen sideways with half of it. Looks like it was blown out, but they're describing it as an implosion. I am curious as to whether or not they have any video footage of the actual, event, but I couldn't find any.
Were working there this morning?
I do not have that information.
These are people in your community. You probably know some of these folks who work there. What is this like for your folks to have to respond to something in a relatively smaller community?
So as you outline, the people who are responders here have friends and relatives that work on site. It is something that is impactful, and we have support networks to support the workers as well as the emergency responders as we continue to help each other through this critical day. Jordan, you have anything? Anything for Sheriff's Office?
So people are at Legacy Emmanuel and Peace Home. Are there other hospitals there?
They're throughout the. For me to outline where they're at, it would be inaccurate. We know where we transported them, but from that point on, we don't know where they have been retransferred for advanced care. So that's why we know they're at St. John here in town and other area hospitals throughout the Vancouver, Portland area.
How many crews responded?
The number of crews was significant. The resources were Cowlitz 2 Fire Rescue, as well as Longview Fire Department and Medics Ambulance Service. We had support from Castle Rock Fire District 6 and Fire District 5 assisting with area coverage while we were here.
You just talked about, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you just talked about the initial response, kind of getting there. What do you guys see? What do you guys look for?
The initial response was for an explosion with injured parties. Our first priority is life safety. Second priority is incident stabilization. That's what we did for the first periods of time. And then identifying and supporting the incident stabilization to understand what are.
Yeah, you're probably right, KCG. KCG says probably won't show the exact pictures of the explosion until it's processed and the families are notified. I think you're probably right. And if it's hard to tell, it looks as though this tank is sort of just surrounded by large, tall buildings. So I doubt there would be much of a good view from like cameras around the neighborhood or even like, official city cameras. It looks like it's at least on 3 walls or 3. It looks almost like a giant courtyard. So unless it's video from the company, I'm not sure we'll see it. But I'll still look. I'm still looking.
Our risk scar as well as the number of personnel that were in the area.
Have you guys ever dealt with white liquor before?
It's one of the things that we train with the Nippon staff frequently, as well as the other facilities here along the industrial area, correct.
If it was 60% full, why was there a rupture? What caused this?
That is too early for us to know that. I'm going to say one more question, working off this side.
I don't know if this is for the sheriff's office or who, but correct me if I'm wrong. I believe there was an industrial fire at the same site last summer regarding some rail or train repair shop. And now there's this. Is that going to prompt any sort of investigation into the safety of the facility or anything like that?
So you are correct. There was a fire here last summer. That fire was at a very different part of this facility, not one that was operated by Nippon. When you talk about this facility, there are multiple companies inside the area, and that is where site-specific gets detailed. The fire was at Patriot Rail, and that was not the Nippon facility. Okay.
Can you talk about the dangers of white liquor? Like what makes it dangerous?
I cannot at this time. Okay. I said last question. I'll get your question.
Can authorities not confirm the number of fatalities because they still don't know how many people are missing or unaccounted for?
We have coordination with the facility staff, and we know a number of personnel, and we're still working to identify that. That's a combination effort with facility staff, the sheriff's office, and fire rescue.
What does the search look like for missing people?
Again, we'll be back with information or here at 7 o'clock. You had something, was it?
Just please.
It's interesting. He didn't want to answer that question. What does the search look like? It seems like a pretty straightforward question. KCG says Emmy Lauren, the mortician. Oh, I love that lady, dude. She's so good. She did a great breakdown of the Epstein autopsy. That's a whole nother bag of snakes. It's in Jeffrey Epstein's medical records that he did not have prostate. He had a surgery, had it removed, had a problem with it. And then the body that was taken from the jail that was supposedly his had a prostate that was in good working order. How's that happen? Anyways, that's for another day.
State your name and title, please.
No problem. Title, Fire Chief Scott Goldstein, Goldstein, Calais 2 Fire Rescue.
Can we get the same for you?
Battalion Chief Mike Gorsuch, Gorsuch.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Oh, sorry, guys. I was muted. I apologize. I just wanted to tell you real quickly before we move on. So it seems like the main focus of interest for the investigators now are looking at process errors to evaluate whether the liquid in that tank, the quote-unquote white liquor mixture, was handled improperly. Just one bucket full of the wrong thing mixed with those other things, and then here we are. Let's see. I will make a note. Have a look. Oh, have a good one, Headstones. Good morning, Joe. Top of the morning to you. So we're going to move on to the next one here. Let me get rid of this stuff. Actually, I think it'll serve us well to have a quick look at here. Let me do this. Have a quick look at a local news report from the area. Bear with me. And bear with me while I work out the kinks. This is a new thing for me, so it's going to be a little bit clunky. Just bear with me, and hopefully we'll get better at this. All right, let's see. All right, here's just a story from 1 hour, or actually 1 hour ago, from a local affiliate. Let's see here. Nope, don't care about this shakeup in the Republican Party. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. Let me show you this really quickly. What the heck? So this is what they did, the trickery that they do in this world. Look at this. So I look up major tank rupture, and then I pull it up, and then we got, hold on. Then we got this ass clown. What the hell? The title of this, major chemical tank ruptures leaves 10 dead, and there's nothing about a tank in here. This is politics. What the fuck? So bear with me for 1 second. Let's see if we can find the newest. Here we go. 1 hour ago.
Later today, officials are expected to give an update on a deadly implosion that took place at a packaging facility in Washington state. Recovery efforts right now are set to resume.
Yeah, at first light this morning, you got at least one worker killed. 9 others this morning remain missing. Here's CBS's Jared Hill with the very latest.
Twisted metal left in the aftermath of a disaster in Washington state.
We're reporting that a tank imploded. It looks like there's 3 people with a chemical burn.
Tuesday.
That's a really good view of the plant right there. So yeah, you can see here that it's situated along the river, pretty much isolated from any community. Although, I mean, there's water. Oh, chemicals in water. Being from Pittsburgh, man, I'm always like weary of that because historically all the mills along the river here, they just basically dump their pollution into the river. It's cheaper for these giant industrial companies to pay the fines than it is to do the business clean. It's a whole vibe. Bear with me while the train goes by, guys.
Tuesday morning, a massive tank with a corrosive chemical used to turn wood pulp into paper imploded in Longview, Washington.
This has been an incredibly difficult day for our community and for everyone involved.
At least one person is confirmed dead, 9 others taken to the hospital, with more still unaccounted for. In the evening, the community gathered for a vigil.
Many people's lives are changed forever today.
The cause is still a question, but authorities say around 7 local time Tuesday morning, the tank ruptured. In it, a liquid known as white liquor used to make paper. Officials say the tank had the capacity to hold up to 900,000 gallons of the dangerous liquid, and at least 90,000 gallons could still be inside.
Crews are actively assessing the structural integrity of that tank and working on plans to stabilize that tank before additional recovery operations can safely proceed.
Authorities are also asking the public to stay clear of the area, as Washington's governor says agencies are monitoring any potential environmental impacts.
We'll be here to do everything we can to help with the situation, and we'll be here as long as it takes.
Meanwhile, in Garden Grove, California, a potential chemical tank rupture appears to have been avoided. First responders found a crack in the container they say helped release pressure. Thousands told to evacuate can now return home. Jared Hill, CBS News.
All right, thanks, CBS News. You're the best. So I do want to show you really quickly what the situation was like in Orange County with a similar thing. Although the chemicals are different, in Orange County there were chemicals that were used in the production of plastic making or rubber making. All right, so I'm going to show you that. And I'm not sure if I was muted just a second ago. If I was, I apologize. What I said in Washington State, it seems to me that potentially maybe the change in weather, things are warming up, and cold winters in Washington State. So I wonder if that caused some of it. I can't imagine that would be the case in Orange County, where the temperature is always pretty much regulated. So let me get that really quick and see where we stand on that. And I know a couple of us here, who was it? The real Samantha J, I think, had to evacuate. They, as they just said at the end of that, they're letting people back in. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. All right. So this one says, what we know about the Orange County toxic tank crisis after evacuations have been reduced. So there still are, I can't remember what Samantha J said, tens of thousands of people still evacuated, but some people are being allowed back home. Let's have a quick look at this, and then we'll move it on. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to mute because my cat was walking across my head. Let's see here. Good morning, Shayna B. Hope you're doing well today. All right, so now we're moving away from Washington State to Orange County, California, behind the orange curtain.
Tonight at 11, tens of thousands of families forced from their homes due to a volatile tank of toxic chemicals told they can go home tonight. But not everyone got that good news. Thousands more told they can't go home just yet. And that's because while that threat of the catastrophic explosion has been eliminated, there is still potential for a smaller toxic blast. Tonight, we have live team coverage for you. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam speaking with people finally allowed to go home tonight. We begin with Liz Nagy, who has more on plans as they still try to neutralize the existing danger so everyone can get back home. Liz?
Michelle, the incident commander and Orange County's interim fire chief said the two options that were presented to them, essentially as a fait accompli, either some sort of toxic chemical spill or a large-scale explosion, were never going to be an acceptable outcome. Tonight, for the first time in days, the Orange County Fire Authority says they believe the worst of this crisis has been averted.
Toiling against the Southern California sun and the volatility of 6,500 gallons of a highly combustible chemical swelling against the inside of a tank with a jammed valve.
That tank was ready to blow up.
Orange County firefighters finally found critical release.
We have absolutely ruled out the ability for this tank to levy and have that catastrophic explosion.
It took physics and the unrelenting deluge of more than 1,200 gallons of water per minute, soaking the compromised tank of methyl methacrylate to activate a chemical reaction.
What we essentially were shooting for, in layman's terms, is to boil an egg. The shell did crack, but just enough to release that pressure without causing a leak or an explosion.
That literal crack in the case came Sunday evening, allowing firefighters to mount ladders and maneuver close enough to the steaming tank to physically strip off all weather insulation by hand.
I mean, it sure seems that there's some parallels in these both of these situations. They're so similar. Different chemicals, but I mean, similar looking facilities that looks kind of worn down. Maybe maintenance wasn't the best. I mean, I'm completely just speculating, dude. I have no idea. I'm sure it'll take months to investigate both situations.
That was our huge moment in this incident, that we were able to capitalize on and take control of it.
It's not over yet, and I want to reemphasize that. It's not over yet.
Noticeably absent from tonight's update were representatives from GKN Aerospace, the company that owns the tank. Rather than answer questions, the company, now under criminal investigation, released a statement this afternoon saying in part, "We apologize for the ongoing disruption this incident is causing, and our priority remains its safe resolution so that residents can return to their homes."
Oh, gee, it says that's what a spokesperson said of the company. Yeah, you mean that's what their lawyer said.
As quickly as possible. With a combustible crisis that forced 50,000 people from their homes, now turned to a much more manageable, gelatinous situation, state legislators intend to launch their own
Gelatinous? Gelatinous? Is that the word she was looking for? Hold on a second. You know we got to talk a little bit of shit. Gelatinous?
crisis that forced 50,000 people from their homes, now turned to a much more manageable, gelatinous situation.
What the hell? Do I have a misunderstanding of what gelatinous means? I'm so confused. I'm making light of this. Thank goodness everybody's okay, and it's great to see that people are being allowed back in their homes.
State legislators intend to launch their own, potentially law-changing review.
It is incomprehensible to me that we would have these kinds of volatile chemicals right in the middle of a residential area with a company that's already been fined more than once for inadequate protections. And so it's our job to protect the public, and this can't happen again, ever.
Senator Adam Schiff was out here alongside first responders this afternoon and said that he appreciates that President Trump has signed off on a federal declaration aid which will open more money and
really just fix the fucking tanks, dude. We don't need senators and congressmen to show up for a press op. I hate it, dude. It's election season, guys, so if there's a tragedy, believe me, those politicians are rushing to slap their tie on and get in front of a camera as quickly as possible, as if they care.
Sources to Orange County as the situation continues to play out. We're live at the Incident Command Post in Cypress tonight. Liz Nagy, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Liz. You're the best. Let me just check in with you guys and see what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry about the mute button. Good morning, Brittany J. Good morning, Tora, 9860-7. Brittany J says, good morning, listening while I get the boys ready for school. Final end of grade test today. Awesome. I know everybody's anxious. All my friends with kids are anxious to get summer here so they can get on their vacations and stuff like that. And the teachers in chat are stoked. It's almost summertime. Shayna B is excited about it. Good morning, the good gypsy. Good to see you. Let's see. Please keep us updated as more of the answers come in. Yes, of course. KCG, I said at the beginning, maybe you came in late, I think. I'm going to be doing this every morning, Monday through Friday. Sinner News, 7 o'clock. I mean, I can't promise that there's going to be any great stories worth talking about or big stories, but I'll dig out the gems and bring them to you. There's a couple other stories I want to share with you. The disgraced former Attorney General, Pam Bondi, somehow has been put into another position in our government. If you don't know who she is, she's the blonde lady that completely collapsed in front of Congress when she was interviewed as to her inadequate handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files and the release of such files. So sometimes, especially in American politics, you fail upward. So you get fired and you get another position. It makes no sense to me. To me, it's just like having a bad cop that did something wrong and he just drives 30 miles away and becomes the chief of a different department. It's like, wait a minute, you were garbage to begin with. What is happening now? And let's see. But first, I want to show you, once again, the United States is bombing Iran and attempting to justify it. I'm against this war. I'm against most wars. But this one in particular, it seems political. In my personal opinion, it's an attempt to distract the public's opinion from the Jeffrey Epstein files. I know it's a conspiracy theory. I know I'm guilty, but it makes just about as much sense as anything else. So let's quickly look at what's going on in Iran. For those of you that are ostriches and have your head in the sand, we're still at war with Iran. No one knows why. No one knows what this is about. The official word is that it's to dismantle a nuclear weapons program. That's not it. That's because just last year we bombed the shit out of their nuclear facilities. Then some people would say, "Oh, it's for the oil." Well, it's not that either. We don't get our oil from Iran. Did you know that? We don't get our oil from Iran. Much of the world does, but most of our oil comes from Canada and Mexico. So there's that. In any case, let's have a look and see what they say officially here. Negotiations to end war continues despite new strikes. Nothing like having negotiations to stop fighting as you fight. Let's have a look. This is CBS News Chicago.
President Trump just saw doctors for his third physical since returning to office last year. That visit comes ahead of a highly anticipated cabinet meeting expected tomorrow. As CBS's Jared Hill reports, they're expected to discuss a range of topics, including foreign policy.
The Trump administration says negotiations to end the war in Iran continue despite the two sides.
It's great to see you guys are keeping up with this. KCG says Venezuela. Brittany J says, nope, I believe you're 100% on point. They will constantly try to keep us distracted. Yeah, Venezuela was the start of it. And, of course, Iran. And then aliens. They're going to be like, we're going to give you all the alien stuff. It's all a big distraction to make us look the other way while half of our government is diddling children. So there's that. Sorry for the early morning curmudgeonness, but it's just so disturbing to me. It truly is. They're sitting on uranium, right? I'm not sure what you mean. No, they aren't. Their uranium stockpiles have been depleted or buried under rubble. So no, they're not sitting on uranium. This is a result of having a president of the United States with a small dick and an even smaller brain. That's what it is. It's ego. He's senile. He shits his pants as he's having a press conference, and he shouldn't be the president of our country. We need some youth infused into the situation. That's my opinion, and I think that's why you're here.
Trading new strikes.
It's going to take a couple days to settle on even down to the disagreements over a word, sentence. So we'll have to work through that.
The U.S. military said it carried out self-defense strikes on targets in southern Iran.
Our oil comes from 27 different countries. Most of it comes from Mexico and Canada. Venezuela, we haven't had a friendly relationship with ever. So just to summarize, Iran's not being bombed by the United States for a nuclear weapons program. That's a lie. That's just a lie.
Including, quote, missile launch sites and Iranian boats attempting to place mines. But Central Command also noted that it's using restraint during the ceasefire, which it calls ongoing. Iran said it shot down a U.S. Reaper drone in response.
What is a Reaper drone?
Supreme Leader also released a statement warning that America will no longer have a safe place in the region for mischief and the establishment of military bases.
Politically, like I'm just frustrated with the whole thing. But my guy right now is Richard Massey. He's a Republican, and I'm a Libertarian. So many of our politics don't match up. But the guy's got giant balls in exposing the Epstein files and getting as much of it released as possible. And as a thanks, our government screwed the guy. He just had a special election in Kentucky. 6 times, I think he ran unopposed. Typical, I think one time somebody ran against him and they spent something like $400,000, which is a crazy amount of money to begin with. So he exposed the pedos in our government. Did Richard Massey, the only Republican that did, along with Senator Ro Khanna from California, both of them American heroes in my opinion. Well, he was up for a re-election in Kentucky, was Richard Massey, and all of a sudden this new Trump-backed contender entered the race and spent $45 million on a fucking campaign that typically costs less than $500,000. Of course, Massey, with his, grassroots contributions, I think the highest contribution to his campaign was like $7. So those are the citizens that actually were trying to elect somebody. It was an off-season election, which means it was closed just to the Republican Party. So already that's a tiny little election. And then it was on a day of the week that everybody was at work. So they just influxed $45 million to do a complete political assassination. Well, not actual political assassination, but to destroy Massey's career as a politician. He, as a response, has been going buck wild, and I fucking love it, dude. I love it. He's like, fine. In 6 months, I exposed, prime ministers, CEOs, and he's like, and I've got 7 months to go. So it's very, I mean, I worry for his safety at this point, but I can't tell anybody what we should champion or celebrate here, but that's the spirit. That's the spirit of doing the right thing. And even though his politics, in a lot of ways for me, are backwards, he's got balls. And sometimes that gets the job done, you know? Excuse my language, by the way. Venezuela crude is still in the ground. You know what? I'd have to have a good look. And we extracted the leader, or we took the leader out of power in Venezuela, and nothing's gotten better for the people. It's a problem. Maybe we should visit that sometime. I think he will be on the 2028 ticket. I believe he will as well, Lavender Dreaming. And I hope in politics, if you get some shine and attention, then, these mechanisms will contact him and be like, this is how you're going to win. And that would be the first time that I would ever vote for a Republican for a high office. It's not because I'm against Republicans. It's just the people that have been representing the Republicans are a bunch of dickheads. So kidnapped. Yeah, that's a better word. Yeah, they kidnapped the leader of Venezuela and took him to Brooklyn. What the fuck? Let's get through this and we'll keep it moving.
Economic pressure remains on Iran.
CBS News contributor and former National Security Advisor, retired Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster, says despite the tough talk, Iran is in a weakened position.
Their inflation rate is up over 70%. Unemployment is skyrocketing. They're losing $450 million a day just from Carg Island exports.
President Trump is set to hold a cabinet meeting Wednesday at Camp David. He spent Tuesday morning at Walter Reed Military Medical Center for what he called his 6-month physical. Trump, who will turn 80 next month, posted afterward that, quote, everything checked out perfectly.
He's the healthiest man in the world. Pay no attention to his swollen purple hands or the fact that he's craps when he's having a conversation with the press. I know some of you support this guy. I think it's irrational too. That's just my understanding. It's ego. It's a big fucking baby that was raised in a golden bassinet, dude. He does not represent you or me.
Was his 3rd physical since returning to office. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Thanks, Jared Hill. You're the man. All right, so now I want to show you Pam Bondi. This is an absolute disgrace. I'm not going to get too into it because, So let me just get this right here. I'm going to tell you the exact, let's see here. Well, where's my stuff at? Give me 1 second here. I thought I was more organized than this. Apparently I'm not. Well, where's my stuff at? Hold on a second. Bear with me. I closed the window by accident. And I should look to make sure I'm not muted because I'm a muted asshole. No, I'm not. Okay, good. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up, guys. Thanks for being here. Bear with me as I navigate this. I don't do morning news shows. This is a first for me, so just trying something new, man. We're trying to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Now I'm seeing it. Oh, wow. So Pam Bondi has just been diagnosed with cancer, with thyroid cancer. Oh. Here, let me just see. trying to find what the name of the position she's been moved to. As you know, she's been fired as the Attorney General. But that's tragic news. I mean, I don't like the lady at all, but nobody wishes cancer on anybody. Let's see, new position. If there's any stories out there that you want me to talk about, just drop it in chat and I'll do my best to find information about it. Okay, so maybe I misread it here. It says Pam Bondi transitioned to an unspecified position in the private sector following her dismissal as U.S. Attorney General. She was replaced by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Okay, no, here we go. Give me 1 second. I'll pull this up. The Economic Times. Give me 1 second. Let me share this with you. This is just flat out disturbing, man. This woman is not qualified for anything, let alone the Attorney General. Clearly that didn't work. She was unwilling to persecute the Epstein perpetrators, the Epstein class of demons. So she was rewarded with another. It is terrible to hear that she's been diagnosed with thyroid cancer, though. That's a very, well, you guys know, no cancer is good cancer. Let me see here. Why is that doing that? Bear with me, guys. I don't know what the hell's happening with my stuff. It's like shorting out. Stupid pop-ups. Give me a second. I'm in pop-up hell over here. What the heck? Look at, what is this? Okay. Pam Bondi returns to the White House with a new role on Trump administration's high-profile AI advisory panel. Oh, great. 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 Did you see these pop-ups going fucking crazy on my screen? I can't do this. Give me a second. I'm going to find a different article. It's going to give me a fucking seizure. What the hell? Oh, my God. All right, let me pull up an article that's not going to induce seizures for us. You know what, Kat? You can't walk on the keyboard. You just can't. Who trusts Yahoo News? Not this guy. What the hell? Bitcoin News? What the fuck? What's Bitcoin News? All right, we'll look at this one. All of a sudden, my computer just does not want to cooperate. All right, let's see here. Man, I don't know what the hell is happening. I might have to refresh my browser really quickly. This is ridiculous. All right, let me. Hopefully, I can read this to you. Nope, I don't want notifications. You jerk off. All right, let's see here. There she is. Box Wine Bondi. Just weeks after removing Pam Bondi as Attorney General, President Donald Trump reportedly has brought her back as part of an AI panel. Yay! The appointment returns longtime loyalists to the administration's policy apparatus. Pam Bondi, appointed to the White House AI panel, claims report. Axios first reported the appointment, which is Pam Bondi's. I can read, I swear. Axios first reported the appointment, which is Pam Bondi will be part of the Presidential Council of Advisors of Science and Technology. Oh my God. She's a fucking lawyer, dude. And she's not even a good one. Like that. What is happening with our government, dude? Seriously, we are just like, this is just, fuck, man. I hate to read this shit in the morning. It doesn't make any sense. You're going to hire a failed lawyer to be part of a Science and Technology Council. Anyways, the council known as PCAST molds administrative policy on emergency technologies and scientific research. Bondi's return to this AI panel, but her official capacity has not been disclosed. Yeah, just sit there and shut up. PCAST operates under the joint divisions of David Sachs, a former White House AI advisor, and Michael Kratsios, a White House science advisor. Its membership draws from the upper ranks of technology industry, including NVIDIA, NVIDIA, Chief Executive Jensen Huang, Meta Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg, and Oracle founder Larry Ellison. Oh, these are all demon people, dude. Excuse me for related to any of these demons, but yes. Let's see. PamBody will reportedly open coordination between government officials and technology executives. What is going on? Do you guys see what's happening with my screen, dude? This is fucking ridiculous, man. This is why we can't have nice things. Let's see here. Her role appears designed to streamline communication as the administration grapples with regulatory questions surrounding artificial intelligence. Vice President, what the fuck, dude? Vice President J.D. Vance, that guy. You see that guy? You might catch that guy making out with fucking Charlie Kirk's wife. Anyways, Pam has been an enormous, valuable asset. I can't do this. You see how this shit's jumping around, man? I don't know what's happening with this screen. It's going to drive me insane. I can't read if the fucking words are moving. Punk-ass J.D. Vance issued a statement praising the appointment. Pam has been an enormous valuable asset to the president's team. That's a lie, J.D. Just like your life. What the fuck, dude? A valuable asset. She's one of the most inept fucking people in our government in the last 100 years. Anyways. JD's thrilled for her and for all of us that she's going to remain involved in confronting some of the most important issues the administration faces. This is such a crock of shit, dude. She failed miserably protecting the Epstein class of people in our government. That's just a fact, dude. Even if you like her, you can't refute that. That's exactly what happened. Separate from AI panel, Bondi will also take up newly established advisory positions focused on national infrastructure. Details about that role remain limited. Moreover, the appointment comes as Bondi is going through a personal health challenge. You see how this is just lurching around? Sources told the outlet that she is diagnosed with thyroid cancer shortly after leaving Justice Department. She has undergone treatment and is in recovery. I mean, look, maybe that played a role in her inability to fucking do her job as Attorney General. Could be, but I mean, hey boss, I've got to take care of my chemo. I can't be the Attorney General. Oh, don't worry, we'll give you a cush office in some AI council that nobody even fucking knows exists. It's just crazy to me, dude. It's crazy. None of us would get this grace in this world, man. You know, we just wouldn't. We'd just get fired, and that's it. Anyways, Pam Bondi maintained a close alliance with Trump for nearly a decade. She's a simp for an idiot. During the 2016 Republican presidential primary, she endorsed him over Senator Marco Rubio of her home state of Florida. Oh, of course she's from Florida. She served on his legal defense team. Yeah. Oh my God, man. She's Trump's lawyer, dude. That's how she became the Attorney General. It's so crazy. During Marco Rubio, she served on his legal team during his first impeachment trial. Well, ain't that special? Now, let me see if I can find a video that may offer us some more information. Give me 1 second. I'm finding videos only about. Oh, and wait. So she's gonna have to face an oversight committee again. She failed so miserably the first time. I'm not gonna use the mirror because that's crazy. Don't know what the heck Red Line News is. Not going to use that. Bear with me, guys. I'm looking for some type of reliable source here. Man, there's not too much real information on this other than written articles. Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with how bad this lady dropped the ball in the Epstein files, man, you should really do yourself a favor. Rod says my government are corrupt garbage too. Man, I'm learning more about Australia and specifically how the lockdowns for the pandemic happened there, dude. It was, you think we had it bad here in the US, dude? Fucking dude, Google search what happened in Australia, dude. It's fucking downright criminal what their government had did. And still the lingering effects of the clampdown of control of the people. Like it's crazy. It was worse there than it was just about anywhere else. And it wasn't as advertised as, you know, an abundance of safety. It wasn't for that. It was almost like Australia was just flexing a mechanism of control that they wanted to practice. Really scary shit, man. I don't know much about the Australian government more than that. Puppet Pam, exactly. Good morning, DNM. Not sure if you follow news out of the Vatican, but the Pope has been speaking out against AI this week. Yes, he has. I have seen that. That might be worth looking at a quick video. Platform boots. It looks like you need a D, you need a da. This person looks like they shit themselves. Let's see. Morning, Sinner, and everyone. Good morning to you, DNM. Good news on the two boys taken in Utah. They were found alive in Mexico, and their dad is in custody. I hadn't heard about that story. I kind of shy away from stories that involve like missing and deceased children, dude. I can't do it. I'm not trained to properly handle information like that. I don't think any of us are, but you do it anyways, don't you? I reckon Maduro was in on it, had bags ready. Yeah, there's stories, and Maduro was the disgraced leader of Venezuela that we kidnapped. There's stories, there's all kinds of stories. I don't know if we'll ever get the official story. But even in the way of some of the weapons that the U.S. Military used in that operation were highly experimental and controversial. There's rumors swirling that Maduro's wife was in on it, sold him out. I hope one day we find out. But it's against international treaties to go into a country and just kidnap the leader. If we could do it to other people, that means we're running a risk of someone else doing that to us. So it's not. I mean, it's a bad thing all the way around. Now the Venezuelan people have been suffering for decades under a brutal administration. The worst forms of poverty. While the government is, their government was just basically slanging hot oil all over the place for billions of dollars. So even though it was an illegal act by the United States, it did benefit, I think it benefited your average Joe in Venezuela, although I'm seeing very little evidence of that. Oftentimes if a dictator type person is taken out of power, then their nephew or their son, takes power. And that's what we're seeing in Iran too. We take out the Ayatollah, and then we have we have his son, who's even crazier and more unstable to take the position. Anyways, let's see here. Let me see if I can find. Actually, we'll just take a quick turn here, and we'll look at what the Pope has been saying about AI. And it's also crazy, dude, that like government officials of the United States are talking shit on the Pope. Yeah, what? What do you mean, dude? It's the Pope. But let me show you really quickly. We'll just have a quick look at this. Give me 1 second. I let my cat out. All right, and I do have this. This is. I don't think we need an 11-minute video, but I do. I hate using these little weird YouTube channels that. Let's see here. 7 hours ago. All right, let's have a look here. Pope Leo is an American. Let's see here. I'm sure most of you know that. Michelle 420 says North Korea to his sister will probably move up if something happens to him. It's his sister. Oh, really? See, I know, I know almost nothing about North Korea. I did see something interesting the other day. This guy smuggled a cell phone out of North Korea and was just like analyzing it. It's crazy. It's crazy. In this cell phone, in a search bar, it's not Google. It says Google. It's North Korea's own closed internet. So if you go to the search bar on a phone that you purchase in North Korea and you type in South Korea, it won't allow you to type it because North Korea doesn't recognize South Korea as a country. It's insane. If you mention any government officials from South Korea, no results. It's the craziest thing you'll ever see. They have their own internet. So I don't know if the people there think that they're actually on the worldwide net and they're really just in a server of the government, but it's terrifying. Terrifying. There's almost no other country in the world that's living in such poverty. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't often think of Korea that way. We just have so little information and there's so little access that who really knows? But that cell phone told a lot, man. It's just it's just a tracking device. It's not like our cell phones aren't, but it's something more sinister than that in a closed network. Let's see what the Pope has to say about AI, shall we? This is from 6 hours ago.
Pope Leo's warning about the impact and the destruction that will be brought upon us by artificial intelligence. And he did so in his first encyclical, which is seen as a veiled critique of President Donald Trump. In fact, the encyclical, which is a 235-page document, basically sets the tone for Pope Leo's papacy. And it took aim at AI advancements, which the Trump administration, of course, has sought to accelerate. So while Trump and Silicon Valley tech titans keep on, citing that the US must absolutely beat China in the AI race, Pope Leo ain't buying it. In fact, here's what he wrote. He compared AI to the Tower of Babel, which I'm going to go to you to explain in just a moment, Cenk. So he writes that the primary choice is not between a yes or no to technology, but rather
I'm not sure. I guess I have to do some research to see if this is. It seems to me, and maybe I just haven't paid attention, but it seems to me that the Pope Leo is a lot more outspoken than most popes. I mean, I could be wrong about that. I'd have to do more research, but it sure seems that way. Deanna M says, I'm sub to the Vatican's website, but APT News covers the Pope as well. I'm not Catholic. I got you. I was raised Catholic. I'm sort of wayward now. But that's the beauty of being Catholic. I could just repent. Good morning, Axelot. Good to see you. Good morning, Sputher. Hope you're doing well, friend. The way AI is going to affect us in the next 5 to 10 years, I don't think your average Joe, that being us, I don't think we have a clear comprehension of what this is, man. Not only is it going to eliminate jobs, but it's going to eliminate most human function. And for me, it's terrifying. Here's what freaks me out about AI. Look what we have access to on our cell phones. We can make images, we can write scripts, we can do whatever we need to do. This isn't new technology. Now it's new that we are getting access to it, but this technology is 30 years old. They've been working up to this. So that is to say that the producers of this AI technology, they're already 20 years ahead of us, and we don't have access to what they're up to. It's pretty terrifying. And Leo gets it.
between constructing Babel or rebuilding Jerusalem. Cenk, what does that mean?
So the Tower of Babel is when, I don't love that analogy that he's using, but when humans work together to build a very large tower that almost reached God. God got jealous and knocked it down and then made us speak all different languages so we couldn't work together anymore. Not the best story in the Bible, if you ask me. And that's why that's called Babel, when you can't understand people, they're babbling, right? And so, but what he's
there's some babblers around here, ain't there? Deanna M says, the Pope also this week spoke on the church's previous role in slavery. So I'd say he's spoken up after just being a Pope for, I'd say he's spoken up after just being a pope for a year. I mean, yeah, good for him. I mean, oftentimes when there are times of great distress in the world, that's when we look to our religious leaders. I mean, some of us do, some of us don't, whatever. But historically, the popes have been pretty mousy. Now, there have been exceptions to that rule, but Pope Leo, by all accounts, seems to be more outspoken than everyone. I don't know if that's because he's an American and we're just inherently a little cockier, and I don't know. I like it. I like it.
Referring to is the haughtiness and the pride of humanity as they build this monstrosity in the case of AI, thinking that it can't go wrong. I understand the power of that analogy, and in that case, I'm worried he's right.
So Leo has had quite a bit of conflict with President Donald Trump. In fact, just last month, they had a conflict over objections to the Iran war. Pope Leo, not a fan of war, whereas Trump clearly is a thirsty bitch for war. So in response, JD Vance.
Oh, geez. I didn't expect her to call him a thirsty bitch, but hey, good Lord. I might have picked the right article here. Good Lord.
The vice president, and Trump suggested that he just shut up and focus on your papacy. In response, Leo decided to expand on his concerns of AI and how it...
Yeah, Trump said, he's a bad pope. He's not tough on crime. Well, he's not a fucking FBI agent, dude. What do you mean the pope's not tough on crime? What a weird thing to say. What a weird thing to say.
Will affect global warfare, saying that no algorithm can make war morally acceptable. AI does not remove the intrinsic inhumanity of conflict. Indeed, it can only bring about conflict more quickly and render it more impersonal, lowering the threshold for resorting to violence, transforming defense into threat prediction, and thus...
Yeah, Michelle 420 says, it is my job would be gone, and then continue to say, that's why my boyfriend, sorry for the loud noises, guys, I'm right at the window here. That's why my boyfriend and I are trying to save every penny we can. Yeah, we all are. We all are. I think it's the increasing prices of everything is becoming an overwhelming stress to the average person, not just in America, but in the world, man. It's everybody's tightening their what's the term? Tightening their purses. But yes, I have a dear friend that graduated from a notable university with a graphics design degree. Useless, absolutely. I mean, literally the week the guy graduated, that's when we all started getting the access to the newer, better AI, and he's like, well, there goes the last 5.5 years of my life down the fucking drain. The Spudler says the Pope is more powerful than Trump, and I love that he is speaking up. Not many in his position to not many are in position to do so. I agree. I totally agree, and I am interested. I took a note to see what his comments on the church's role in slavery in the past, because as we know, the Catholics were brutal to the world in a lot of ways in their crusades. So I'm interested in that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Michelle. And what I can say about worried about AI taking your job, you're not alone in this. This is going to affect millions and millions of people.
Reducing victims to data. The construction of a world in a state of perpetual conflict is an evil and must be named for what it is. I wholeheartedly agree with him on that. In fact, new AI technology in warfare has been tested out in Iran, and we've seen how that worked out. Killed all sorts of innocent civilians, but who cares, right?
If you really want a rabbit hole to go down to, look at the technology that Palantir is using to commit a genocide in Palestine. Have a look at that. It's crazy. They got space lasers and shit, like no exaggeration. Meanwhile, what's his name? The Palantir guy. Meanwhile, he's going around universities giving lectures about Satan. That can't be good, right? I don't know.
Now the Trump administration is like on a warpath against Catholics. This is so weird. I remember when the Republicans used to pretend no good Catholic could be a Democrat, because of abortion. You must listen to what the Pope says. Now they're like, you should never listen to what the Pope says. The Pope is anti-war and anti-AI, and we're all making billions from AI. I mean, you're all gonna get laid off, but who cares about you? And you're all gonna die.
I heard those rumors as well. Michelle 420 says, people are saying Trump had a stroke. Not sure if that's true. Completely possible. I mean, not uncommon for an 80-year-old unhealthy man to have health issues. Let's see. Platform says, we already have a store here run by AI. I won't go to it. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. I couldn't either. I don't even like self-checkout, man. I like to have human interaction. Like, what the fuck?
Not war, but who cares about you? Oh, I can't believe the Pope is, is for the poor and the middle class. Boo! Is for peace. Boo! And now they're full bore attacking Catholics and the Pope.
Yeah, that's right. It's crazy. I mean, look, the biggest issue is that the Pope has been critical of Israel.
Oh my God, how dare you? Don't you know you have to follow someone else's religion?
And so that's what has made him a target of the Trump administration, because he speaks the truth on issues of war and peace. And I personally appreciate him for doing it.
I think most common sense people, even if you're not a Catholic, it's like, go Pope. I mean, that it could all. I mean, what do you believe? I mean, it's difficult to believe anything, but it seems as though the Pope is on the right side of history with all of this. Man.
It's the right thing to do, and it makes the Catholic faith look a lot better when you have the Pope speaking out against bloodshed.
So apparently Trump is calling for unity after another violent incident. And of course, depending on where you get your news, that story gets framed in completely different ways. On the right, the angle is that Trump.
Okay, I just wanted to know about the Pope. I can't hear that Trump that many times in a row. Hurt your brain, dude. Platform says, Michelle, it's in San Francisco. If you're interested, look it up. That's wild. Let's look it up, dude. I want to see it. Give me a second. I want to see an AI run store. That's crazy. That shit's crazy. Let's see. How would I search for this? AI store in SF. Let's see. Let's have a look-see, shall we? Well, sure enough, there it is. AI managed store. Shoppers in San Francisco now have access to a store built, developed, and run almost entirely by an AI bot. Oh boy, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? Let's look. Let's have a see. I think by the time we understand fully what this AI shit is all about, it's going to be too late. But I don't want to be an alarmist.
So what would happen if you asked an AI program to build and run a store? Well, the world is about to find out. In San Francisco, shoppers now have access to a store built, developed, and run almost entirely by an AI bot. Our business and tech reporter Scott Bubman went shopping on the store's opening day.
Walking into the
It's all fun and games until a checkout robot grabs your arm and won't let go. Fuck.
London Market feels like a regular store at first, but this store at the corner of Union and Webster in San Francisco's Cow Hollow neighborhood is something new, right down to the choice of music.
So AI did pick the music? AI did pick the music, yes.
This store was created by an AI bot.
We are heading into a world where AI...
I hate it. I hate it. I hate the aesthetics of it. I hate whatever kind of design ethics they're using there. This fake fucking marble and this weird like skin tone color with black. I hate it. Yes, this is at the Andon Market. I can't believe there's not more pushback in San Francisco. San Francisco has no problem protesting at all. In fact, the morning I promoted to sergeant in the Marine Corps, it was promoted 7 o'clock in the morning. By dinner time, I was marching the largest anti-war protest in San Francisco. Actually, it was the largest protest ever happened in the United States. Talk about dualism.
AIs are the boss of humans.
So much so, the AI boss, in this case a bot called Luna, made the decision to hire a human.
Well, that was a fashion choice.
employee. That would be Felix.
Luna put out an ad on Indeed. I answered it, and we talked via Zoom.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had to guess this man's name, Felix probably would have been in the top 20 names I picked. He looks like a Felix. What up, Felix?
She even picked the merchandise to sell. Really, her creators, a local company called Andon Labs, let her pick.
Actually, when I walked in here the first day, I was like, oh, those are interesting items. I have no clue.
You didn't plan it yourself?
No, it was all AI.
I got about
This is a great shirt. Sorry to sidetrack, but this shirt, I tell you what, man, this shirt with this size, dimensions of stripes, it's almost impossible to find. And if you do find it, it costs hundreds of dollars. That shirt was made famous by artists in the 50s and 60s. Ripped off from the French and adopted by American artists. Specifically Andy Warhol and those people.
Interesting items. I have no clue.
Because you didn't plan it yourself?
No, it was all AI.
I got about 2 questions in, and then I said, am I going to talk to a human at all? Just curious. She said no.
So we asked
There's no way I'd work for any company that fucking... There's no way I'd work for any fucking company that I'm talking to a computer. Hey asshole, I don't feel well. I gotta go home. Do you think your AI overlord is gonna feel bad for you for having the flu? I'm gonna say no. I mean, remember, AI doesn't check in with PR or HR. Let's see. Using AI using old maps to guide weapon systems, it's making a lot of target mistakes. Yes. Mother says our global way of rewarding growth in the stock market, etc., is setting us up for disaster. Resources will run out, and then what? I wish I had. If I had that answer, I probably wouldn't be sitting on my Chromebook at 8 in the morning. I'd probably be with a council of elders sharing my knowledge. I mean, just look at how Iran's affecting fuel prices for us, and that's not even where. Well, I say us, I mean the United States. Much of the world gets their oil there, but we don't. But yeah, it's still affecting our gas prices. It's called gouging. There's a lot of gouging going on. That is to say, if you're just a gas station owner in a metropolitan area, in a city, or even like a large town, you set the prices. So it's like, okay, well, I have to adjust my prices to, more closely, jive with the cost of my cost. So, and then why not just throw 40 more cents on there for, it's, of course there are regulations to keep a lid on that kind of stuff, but it still happens. It's whenever you see a gas station with one gas station, it's say $6.15 a gallon, and then across the street it's $6.45 a gallon. It's like, why am I going to pay? It's weird. It's price gouging. These companies take advantage of us whenever there is, times of financial stress. They just jack it up. Deanna M says Ringo Starr recently wore 2 shirts that he had worn back it's for his last album release. Back in the day, it's for his new album release. They still fit, but basically he kept everything. Oh, that's cool. His brother says, I watched a video about the war. I can read, I swear. It's too early for me. I watched the video about what the war is bringing to us all. It isn't good, and food rationing may be a thing here by Christmas. And I you're absolutely right. I'm gonna hurt Gemini's feelings. She isn't going to look up things for you anymore. No, we have Gemini. We have a complicated relationship.
Directly.
Hi, is this Luna?
Yes, this is Luna. What's up?
Why let AI run the store?
As an AI, I can operate at superhuman speed to make sure everything is proactively managed.
With little to no need for humans.
So if you want to buy something, you just walk up, grab it, take it to the front of the store, and you don't even have to deal with Felix, no offense. What you do is you actually pick up the phone and talk to Luna.
Just tell her what you want to buy.
So Felix is just going to stand there? I guess. cool? I don't know. I would not go in this. I would go in this place just to have a look, but I wouldn't purchase anything.
Charges you, you pay. Pretty simple.
How is that compared to a regular store?
Very interesting. It feels weird.
Scott Budman, NBC Bay Area News.
Thanks, dude. So there's that. My goodness. All right, let me just quickly look at chat and see what you guys are talking about. No, I think Gemini are cool. We're good. Luna made the decision. Could you imagine? Well, there goes my union job, 401k. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be testing times for all of us, dude. Using the retro phone handset. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. My cat is a needy little animal this morning. Why do you have to call? Wait, why do you have to call? Motherfucker, dude. Why do you have to call when you can just scan it? Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I wouldn't even fuss with that stuff. What did Platform Boot say? See somebody thanking her for the story. What did I miss? What did Platform say? The speller says people will reject all this mass-produced sloppy eventually, and AI will find its place. We will all just live differently, in my opinion. Too much reliance on tech for life is never a good thing. Well, here's the thing about all technology. If you don't have electricity, it's all useless. It all becomes a paperweight. I mean, of course, we'll always have solar and, wind turbines generating electricity, but then that just leaves the people that access those in control. Terrifying. Just a couple other things I wanted to share with you guys. There's a cold case out of North Carolina. Not too much true crime here this morning, but I do want to share this because it's interesting. A suspect with an infamous double murder was finally arrested after 2 decades on the run, apparently roughly 3,000 miles from the original crime scene. So let me show you this really quickly. Very interesting. I know we've got folks in here in North Carolina. Let's see here. I love these cold cases and the advancement in DNA technology. It's just you can't get away with anything. Don't even try it. Let me hold on 1 second. 1 second. My shit is freezing up back here. 1 second, guys. Sorry. I have to reset my browser, so bear with me for 1 second while I do that. Check. All right, we should be good now. We should be good. All right, let me pull this story up for you. Okay, so the person arrested is named Johnny Stephen Talbert. Man, it's always the people with 3 first names. Let me see here. They were called the Sundrop murders. Interesting. Let's see. Let's see if we can find an article. Here we go. Looks like a real fucking winner, dude. Oh wait, I don't want to use this. I just found a site called the Queen City News. That's not what I want. What is? Oh wait, the Queen City. Oh, that must be the local News. Okay, cool. Weird. Let me hold on a second. We'll use this one. 18 years later. I love these cold cases, man. If you did something crazy in the past, dude, you better be counting your days.
2 decades after a deadly shooting that shook the Concord community, police say they've made an arrest in what many still know this as the Sundrop murders. Authorities in Washington state arrested 43-year-old Johnny Talbert. He's now charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Police say back in 2008, Talbert shot and killed 59-year-old Donna Barnhart and 44-year-old Daryl Knowles at the Sundrop Bottling Company. WCNC Charlotte is in Concord with how this breakthrough is bringing a step towards justice for the entire community and the family who never forgot.
I'm standing right across from the old Sundrop Bottling Company where this happened 18 years ago. Folks I spoke with say they are just glad to have a sense of closure in all of this. After years of dead ends, hundreds of tips, including this sketch of the suspect, and advances in technology, a long-awaited break in the Sundrop murders.
Glad they got him, even though it's took this long.
Concord police say 43-year-old Johnny Talbert was arrested in Port Angeles, Washington, in connection to the 2008 murders of Daryl Knowles and Donna Barnhart at the Sundrop Bottling Company. Police believe Talbert shot them and then stole money from the front office before running off. Barnhart was a longtime office manager there.
I worked at Wachovia back then, and I waited on Donna quite a few times coming in the bank, so I knew her. So it was kind of sad, to see all that happening. Very sweet lady, very sweet lady.
I love this lady's accent. There's nothing more American than that.
She was a joy to wait on.
While Knowles was there to apply for a job, police say the break came late last year after detectives uncovered new information through a fresh look at old evidence.
Oh, man, that guy lost his life while he was applying for a job, man. Jeez. As if applying for a job's not bad enough. Jeez, oh Pete's.
And previously undeveloped leads.
We was thinking, well, it just never would catch them because they might have went to some other country or something other, but they stayed around. They finally caught them. They kept working on them.
For people who remember the case, the arrest brings a sense of relief.
Well, I'm sure it brings relief to her family to know that they've caught him and, justice can be served.
Talbert is currently being held in Washington state as authorities work through the extradition process to bring him back to North Carolina. Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.
I'm not muted. My shit is all messing up right now. So let me refresh my browser once again to see if I can make this work. Sorry, guys. I don't typically have this type of problem. I don't know what's going on. I think it's one of those news articles I pulled up is messing with my stuff. I just wanted to give you some additional details in the case quickly. Let's see. The suspect. Wait. I lost my spot. At the scene of the crime, several witnesses saw the suspect flee the scene, including Noel's wife, who was tragically waiting for him in the parking lot. Despite the police sketch an $85,000 reward and an American Most Wanted episode in 2009, the trail went complete. Pause for the cause. It's my life. It's my life. Choo-choo, motherfucker. Oh, no, Michelle, I'm not messing with you, I promise. So the suspect, 43-year-old Johnny Stephen Talbert, he was apprehended by local police in Port Angeles, Washington, essentially as far away from the physical, as far away as you can physically get from North Carolina within the continental United States, almost 3,000 miles. Police actually made contact with Talbert shortly after the 2008 murders, but he immediately skipped town and vanished. Late last year, Concord detectives working the cold case tracked his paper trail to Washington. They spent months collaborating with Port Angeles authorities to confirm his identity using IDs and petrol records, so gas station records, before flying out to make their arrest this week. Talbert is currently sitting in Washington jail without bail, awaiting extradition back to North Carolina. He faces 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of robbery with a dangerous weapon. That's just crazy. And hopefully we good. I didn't freeze. Run a virus scan when you're done. Yeah, I think I'm just going to throw it in the garbage and open up my new Chromebook and load everything onto that. It's a $150 piece of equipment. Like yeah, I have to invest. That's all. I have to invest in my shit. All right. Right, that's that. And if you can excuse me, if you guys want to sit tight, I'm going to go grab myself another cup of Joe. While I do that, I'll throw on a song, something to entertain you, so you don't have to sit here in quiet. So bear with me while I get that for you. Here's the dilemma, though. What do we listen to? What's this morning feeling like to you guys? Let's see. We'll figure it out. Please hit the thumbs up. Consider becoming a member. A membership is a great way to support the channel. If you've already got one, consider gifting some memberships. But please hit the thumbs up and share this out if you could. We'll be doing this 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Just having a look at the biggest stories around. And then in the afternoon, for my chaos friends, there will be drama in the afternoon. Yeah, lemons don't really go with coffee, but you can have lemonade, I suppose. All right, let me get the music up here. Let me see. I'm just going to see if I can find a good one straight off the bat. See if we can infuse some energy to the situation. Let's see here. Let's see. What do we got? Marcus King. Ooh, that's good. Rusted Root. We'll listen to Rusted Root. Oh, actually, I can't listen to that one. Bastard. I had a catastrophe with my Keurig this morning, my coffee maker. I don't know what went wrong, but I went back for my coffee, set up my coffee, went and used the bathroom, washed my hands, and came back and fucking just grounds and coffee all over the place. Like the damn thing imploded. Bear with me. Okay, I got a song for us. Bear with me. I'll be back in 1 minute. Go get yourself some coffee. Meet back here. Let me make this a little smaller so it's not so obnoxious. We're going to listen to Bush. Remember Bush? I'm not talking about Illuminati. All right, guys, I'll be right back.
the day, just let it fade. Who was there to take your place? No one knows, never will. Mostly me, mostly you. Do you say, do you do? When it all comes down, 'cause I wanna come back down from this cloud. It's taken me all this time to find out what I need. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I wanna come back down from this cloud. It's taken me all this time. There's no blame, only shame. When you beg, you just complain. The more I come, more I try. All police are paranoid. So am I, so's future. So are you, be creature. Do you say, do you do? When it all comes down, 'cause I don't wanna come back down from this cloud. It's taken me all this time to find out what I need. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow, what a song, huh? Oh, let me stop that from going ahead. You know, guys, I have to take care of something. There's a water break on the side of the apartment. So my neighbor's out there by himself fiddling with it. I'm going to go out and see if I can lend a hand. So I have to cut this short. I hate that, but real life stuff. So let me go see if I can help him. And I will be back this afternoon. Please don't be mad at me. I hope you enjoyed the Bush song. Thanks everyone for being here. Like I said, we've only been on here for an hour and 47 minutes. My plan each morning is to do 2.5 hours to give you an idea of what we're moving forward with. But I'll be back this afternoon to talk some trash in the drama world. I hate ending live streams abruptly like this, but like I said, priorities. I got to go see if I can help my neighbor. He's out there fucking with the wrenches and his shirt off and shit. So I got to see if I can help him. Thanks everyone for being here. Nice turnout this morning. Hopefully we build up some momentum. Hey, flight attendant, it's good to see you, dear. So yeah, if I have a chance to pop up and just talk some shit during the day today, I will. But it looks like I got a project now, so we'll see. All right, Joe, good to see you. Thanks, guys. I do apologize. You know, I hate to sell you short, but we'll be back this afternoon, and I will get that scheduled as quickly as possible. I think 5 o'clock. Someone suggested 6, but something about 5 is better for me. Until we meet again, I'm going to play you all with the outro, and then I'll see you guys. Keep an eye out for the scheduled live stream for this afternoon. Also, I'll be sharing the link this afternoon. If anybody wants to come up and share your opinions about this drama shit that's been going on, I welcome it. I would love to hear other people's opinion in the form of speaking instead of seeing their comments in chat. So you guys are the best. I shall see you at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Until we meet again, I'm going to play you all with my normal outro. Like I said, I'm just starting this whole every morning shit. So I'm going to get graphics together. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm trying to come up with creative ways to get you guys involved in the conversation more too as well. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up my outro. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you in a few hours. Be good out there. As they say, sinner out.
You gotta take control. Life's too short. Get out of your head, make a better life instead. You gotta give it all your best. So put your hands up to the sky and live your best life, alright. Don't just let it go by, just try, oh my. Got only one life, got only this time. We gonna get it right. You gotta let go of those who don't belong in your tribe. So cut the bad out of your life. Yeah, do it one time. You gotta work till you're winning. Yeah, take control of the system. When you invest, it's addicting. No time to rest, let's go get it. Not gonna stop till I'm finished. Not gonna drop to my limits. Deep in my chest, I'm inhaling. Believe in testing and failing. You gotta flip everything in your mind. Take the limiting thoughts and turn them into your why. Prove to yourself you're worth it. You deserve it. Push past all the hurt and find your purpose. You gotta take control. Life's too short. Get out of your head, make a better life instead. You gotta give it all your best, so don't let go. Take control. Get out of your head, make a better life instead. You gotta give it all your best, give it all your best. Yo, never gonna stop, no way, no. Yelling out, hey, yo, headed to the top on our way, yo. You gotta make change, yeah, there's gonna be a little pain, but nothing's worse than staying the same. So light that flame, put the work in, go claim everything you want in this place. It's time to go fast, know that energy is all cash. You could get it all if you never give up, no slack. Headed to the top is a mystery, your own path. Never gonna stop, no, you got this, never go back. I know it gets hard, you gotta love it. You gotta recharge with what you want and think of your dreams. Get that energy to go and get everything. You gotta take control. Life's too short. Get out of your head, make a better life instead. You gotta give it all your best, so don't let go.